Hello and welcome to Disney Dreamlight Valley. I think I have something very interesting for you today, and it's gonna help you to be way more efficient with harvesting your pumpkins that you were before. So most of the people, in my experience, have a field like this. And by this, I don't mean size, I mean shape. You have a basically square or rectangular field. And it's all good. It's all good. I had a field like this for quite a while as well. And I've been harvesting pumpkins. And once in a while, you have to like stop if you're with your buddy. And you have to run around the field to collect all the pumpkins that he dropped. And again, we're not gonna consider scenario where you lock up your buddy. In that case, doesn't matter what the shape of your field is. But if you're not locking up your buddy and you literally just stop every once in a while to collect the pumpkins, you might see how this is not the most efficient way, because you have to basically run around the whole field, and you're gonna have to stop very often because you don't want the pumpkins to disappear after a while. So I've seen actually different designs of fields on the internet. I've seen people doing like a zigzag field that has like a row and then an empty row, empty row, and that is good and all. The pumpkins will drop between the rows, but then in my opinion it's going to make it even more difficult because you cannot control exactly when they drop. So all your pumpkins, you're going to have to run through your entire field to collect the pumpkins, which in my opinion defeats the actual purpose that you were trying to achieve. So I've been experimenting lately a lot on the most optimal setup for farming. And I think I got it. Let me introduce the ultimate pumpkin farm. And here she is. This shape, from all my testing, is absolutely the most efficient way to farm pumpkins. So let me explain. First of all, it doesn't have to be in this spot, but I found that the corner of Sunlit Plateau is actually pretty straight. Like you could probably do the same thing in here, but you're gonna block a few. Will it even fit? It might not actually even fit lengthwise. Basically, you can build this in any corner. You can build this in this corner. You can build this in your Forgotten Lands. But Forgotten Lands, I had my field in Forgotten Lands, but I just removed it because, first of all, the fires, like when you try to collect all your pumpkins after you've harvested them, you just keep running into the fires, and it's so annoying. So for now, I'm gonna be moving away from that area. So yeah, pretty much any other open area where you can place it. So what's the principle? Why is this shape and this design the most efficient? First of all, I'm gonna right now show you the measurements so you can see exactly how many blocks, in case you want to replicate it, how many blocks each dimension is. And I experimented a lot. I added rows, I removed rows, I made it longer, I made it shorter. I've tried probably 20 different combinations. First of all, you might be wondering, why is there so many fences around it? And fences, but by fences I mean these bushes. Basically, from what I found, this is the best item to make like a little fence around your field, because it's very long. Like this basically blocks, see how many blocks. So this whole distance is where the pumpkins cannot drop. Which means when you pick up the pumpkin and your buddy throws extra pumpkins, they will not go on this side because of this fence. They will go on a middle little patch. And building it in a corner means that you pretty much have a natural fence around it. You have a fence on one side and you have a fence on the other side. Highly recommend putting one of your long sides of your field against the natural edge of the biome. This will basically mean that no items will go to the left because it's the edge. You cannot, your buddy will not throw an item over the edge of the biome, so they will have to throw it on this area. Now, why this area is wider than the pumpkin area? So there is 6 blocks for 3 rows of pumpkins, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, basically 10 blocks. So it's like five pumpkins can fit in a row, and there's only 3. So the principle here is pumpkins don't always land perfectly. Pumpkins will land randomly, which means they will take more space than the most efficient way. You will need extra space, because if your buddy picks up a pumpkin and there is no space nearby where he can drop it, he will drop it over this fence. It will land here, here, here. And I have experimented. I had it 4 pumpkins wide, the gap in the middle, and it wasn't enough. Every once in a while, the pumpkin will fly over the fence, which defeats the purpose. So through experimenting, I came up with this design, and I think it's the most efficient for the following reasons. First of all, 3 rows wide, each half of the field. Basically, you do one half at a time. You harvest a whole half, which is 25, I think. Yes, 25 pumpkins by 3. So this whole field is 150 pumpkins. And I think it's more than enough for pretty much anybody. Unless you want a much bigger field. I'm pretty sure you can scale it. You can make 2 of these, and it will be 300 pumpkin field. And it takes a little bit more space than a regular field, but it offers efficiency in farming. I've noticed significant efficiency improvement. So how you harvest this? I'm gonna harvest it in a minute and show you how this works. But basically, you go from one side to another. You don't go a long way. You go the short way. And this allows you to gradually put pumpkins down, which means the pumpkins on the bottom, if you start on the bottom, the ones on the bottom will expire first. If you do long way, then you will not be able to collect them efficiently afterwards. I'm going to show you in a second. Another reason why there is only 3 per row is because it's much easier to water them this way, because you can easily water 6 pumpkins at a time and just go in a straight line and then do the same with the other half. I've tried with 4. It could work with 4, but watering them was a pain. Like getting those extra pumpkins once in a while that had additional watering is just not fun. This is the most efficient setup I could come up with, and it works swimmingly. I've been testing it for the last few days. Not a single pumpkin went over the fence. Not a single pumpkin has been lost, and not a single time I had a pumpkin solidify. Basically, it's timed to perfection. And also, yeah, it's exactly 75 pumpkins per patch, which means you will not have to stop all the way harvesting this whole field. You will have enough time to pick up all the pumpkins in the middle area before they solidify. All right, enough talking. Let me show you exactly how this works. We got a Goofy here. Here's an entrance, little sneaky entrance. Again, these items will allow for pumpkins not to drop here. Also, I made the middle. I put the path in here. You can use carpets. I'm actually considering cover this area with carpets, because carpets will still allow you to drop pumpkins on top of them, but they will not allow for any flowers or spices or rocks or anything to spawn on top of them. So carpets would be better. The path stops everything but those bones, but I think carpets will stop bone generating as well. This will allow you to not worry about clearing this area out. Alright, so you can start from any side. You can start from the top or from the bottom. This is how you do it. I have 0 pumpkins right now. From this field, I should be able to harvest 450 pumpkins, because I have 16 villagers that will give me triple drops every time. So 150 multiplied by 3, 450 pumpkins. Let's get this done. So this is how you do it. You go the short way. You ignore any golden pumpkins that you get. They are not worth it. You're gonna waste more time, and it's gonna mess up your whole strategy, which means you will have to pick up some of the pumpkins beforehand in order for them not to solidify, and it's gonna mess up your flow. This way, you're literally just holding the X, and you can do anything you want. Everything is gonna happen automatically. In the end, you'll just have to go and collect those pumpkins. Wow, I'm getting a lot of golden pumpkins. Absolutely not worth it picking them up, in my opinion. Or if you get golden drops as well, just ignore them. So take a look. If I had like, look how it's very, very tight right now. It would be very, very tight if I didn't have an extra row. And now I just need to run this way, and I pick up the first pumpkins, and I run back. This is how you do it. Not a single pumpkin will solidify. Perfect. Well, I missed these two. Let's open a memory. Let's get nothing at all. Beautiful. 20 coins. And now you do the same with the other half. Just go the short way and start harvesting. This is the easiest and the most efficient way. When I'm doing the rectangular field, I had to stop every 40 or 50 pumpkins to be able to collect all of them before they become solid. With this setup, I can do 75 easily and not have to worry about them solidifying, and not have to worry to run around the field. I just run in a straight line in the middle of my field. This is beautiful. I've been actually farming much more recently because it's just much more streamlined and easy and efficient. And this can work with any crop you want. If you're using anything other than pumpkins, you can get away with having less of a gap in the middle, because pumpkin take 4 blocks when they drop. Most other crops will take only 1 block. So you can literally put a half of the width. Here we go, collecting all of these juicy pumpkins without having to run around like an idiot. And let's collect. I mean, right now, even without these golden pumpkins, I should have 450 pumpkins in my inventory. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 450 pumpkins like a clock. I do need to drop something because I need to collect a few bonus pumpkins. And now in the end, after you collected both halves, you just do all of your bonus pumpkins in one swoop. This will save you so much time. Trust me, do not ignore all kinds of bonus drops. It will make it more efficient and much more easy. And just do all the memories and all the bonus pumpkins in the end. And your field is ready to be replanted. So let's do the quick replanting. I mean, there is not much science to replanting. You just literally, you only need 3 stacks of seeds. That's why I like this design. It's a nice round number for the seeds, nice round number for watering, nice round number for pumpkins. Like, everything is so efficient with this design. I have these random items on the sides because, like, pumpkins is not going to fit there. But if you do, like, sometimes the edges are not perfectly straight, and you want to make sure that there is not a single block on the left side where things can drop, because sometimes rich soil and memories will go there, and that's going to make your process more complicated. So I just cover every single square on the side with an object so nothing can drop in there. So everything will drop strictly in the middle. Alright, now after you plant one half, you just switch to your watering can. I'm actually considering putting like a line of crops in between these two, so you can actually plant all of them without lifting a mouse button. Look how easy it is to water. You just literally go and water like in batches of 6. You will not mess this up. Just always aim on the middle row. The second, okay, you can mess this up if you're me, but when you anyway, forget it. It's fine. It's fine if you mess up. Life is full of disappointments. If you see a more efficient design, how can this be improved to make farming even more efficient? Again, one idea I had is to dig like a line like this between these two, so you can, like, when you're planting, you can literally plant them without lifting a mouse button. But it's gonna save you maybe I don't know, a second of time, so and it would ruin the aesthetic of this a little bit. But after using this for a couple of days and experimenting with different sizes for a couple of weeks, I found this to be the most efficient way to farm. It doesn't cost anything to build. You literally just have, let's say, one. You could actually even not use any extra objects, because you could just put, for example, fences. It's going to be a lot of fences, granted, but I highly recommend using these bushes because they're big, they look natural, they match the field aesthetic, And you only need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 extra objects. On the sides here, you can use fences to cover every single available square so nothing drops here. I used other items because I just wanted some variety, and I'm not pinched for object limit just yet, but fences do not count towards object limit. So if you really don't want to increase your object limit, just use fences for this purpose. Anyway, hopefully this was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you do decide to try it out. I'm looking forward to hear your results. If it actually improved your efficiency, I think it will. I think you should give it a try. It's pretty easy to build. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Huge thanks to all the members that we got. You guys are absolutely incredible. Don't forget to subscribe. We are on the road to 13,000 subscribers. It's my lucky number. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Goodbye.